Please, your lordships. My lords,
Yes.
I have a request for the consideration of your lordships. If there is a possibility of constituting a single bench after the division bench rises, I have an urgent matter that requires an urgent intervention of this honorable court.
We'll hear you tomorrow.
My lord.
Okay. We'll hear you tomorrow.
May please your lordships,
Yes.
I beg your lordships, make a mention on the item number 38. The item number 38, lordship.
Yes.
My lords, in item number 38,
Yes.
no, 39, lordship, my apologies.
Okay.
I'm not right, actually, no, it's not sure. Item number 39, your lordships. My lord, in item number 39, there is a similar matter
Yeah.
pending before the learned single bench on the same subject matter, except that before this on court service rule has been challenged. If not, the relief so is the same.
Then what is the subject matter before the single bench?
My lords,
What is the subject matter before the single bench? What is the subject matter before the
lordship,
single bench?
compensation, lordship, for the injuries sustained in the course of performing duties, lordship. And now, since the present service rules do not have any provision for compensation, unlike the other states having the service rule for compensating the persons who have suffered injuries in the course of performing duties, there is no provision for regularization of service also for the Home Guards. This is the Home Guards Department, lordship. So in all the state service rules, there is a provision for compensation. Here, the petitioner has been injured severely while performing official duty.
So the single bench matter will depend on disposal of this.
Yes, lordship. However, if the facts of the matter, the details are mentioned in the matter pending before the learned single bench, so if the same can be clubbed along with the division bench matter, there is a possibility of clubbing it together, lordship.
No, before the single bench, it is a claim for compensation. Correct.
Yes.
And this writ petition is a challenge to the rules.
Yes, and ultimately, of course,
We will consider that, but let us first take up this if you are ready.
then in that case, lordships, I may be allowed to file affidavit in reply to the affidavit filed by the state respondents.
Okay. Mr. Joshua Shaki, the learned counsel for the petitioner, 6 for 2 weeks' time to file affidavit in reply to the affidavit in opposition filed by the state respondents. Prayer is allowed, listed after 2 weeks.
Oblige, your lordship.
Yes.
Please, Your Lordship.
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to mention item 42.
42.
Your Lordships, my senior is out of station, so I pray that
Who is your senior?
Mr. Gauhati, CJC.
Okay.
No objection, my lord.
MS so submits that. Mr. Yangarwati, the learned CGC, for the respondent number 6
Yes, Your Lordship.
is out of station and accordingly seeks adjournment of the case for
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Prayer is allowed, listed after 2 weeks.
Your Lordships, I also like to mention item 45 for respondent 1 and 2 for my senior, Mr. Gauhati.
Yes.
I pray that this item be fixed on the 6th of September.
4 and 5, after 2 weeks. 4 and 5, same. 45, same. Same.
Oblige.
Your lordships,
Yes.
I'm allowed to mention item 56 of the hearing list.
Yes.
It's better they come after a week.
Okay. Mr. L. Iralu, the learned counsel for the appellant seeks adjournment of the case after a week. Prayer is allowed, listed after a week.
And closed. Next, Lordships.
Yes.
Lordships, I'd like to mention item 41, Lordship. Lordships are here for the respondents, all the respondents.
All the respondents.
Lordship.
Okay.
Lordship, the matter is led by my senior Mr. T.B. Paul and he's in his post, Lordship. The matter came up after 2 weeks, Lordship.
But Mr. Prosecco, this is a 2011 matter.
Yes, Lordship. Lordship, senior, some difficulties, so after a week, Lordship, then maybe after 2 weeks.
Six September. On the prayer of Mr. Prosecco, the learned counsel for the respondents,
All respondents.
for all the respondents, the matter is listed again on 6/9/2023. Stop. It is made clear that there shall be no further adjournment of the case. Yes.
May I please, the Lordships?
Yes.
Lordships, I'd like to mention item number 47 to 54, Lordship. 55, Lordship. On behalf of E.T. Bapcom, Lordship.
Yes.
Lordship, I pray that this matter come after 2 weeks, Lordship.
On the prayer of the learned government advocate for the respondents,
For the applicant.
for the appellants, listed after 2 weeks.
Please, your Lordships.
Yes, yes.
Lords, both my learned friend, the additional AGVL and I are ready for item 38, but I'm having a heavy head today, Lordship. So, if my Lords may kindly allow me to take 2 weeks to argue the item number 38.
38. On the prayer of
Lordship, I'm for the private response.
Mr. Joshua Shakhi, the learned counsel for the appellant. List the case after 2 weeks. MSV Sokri appears for the MSV Sokri, the learned additional AG, appears for the state respondents, and Mr. So-and-so appears for the, you are for which respondent?
47 of them, Lordship, not in order, not in.
For the private respondents, okay.
Bless your Lordships.
May it please, your Lordship.
Yes, please.
Lordship, sir, I'd like to mention item number 44 in your Lordship.
40,
40, your Lordship.
40,
Yes, your Lordship. Your Lordship, I'm appearing for respondent 2 and
40,
40, your Lordship.
okay, 40.
Lordship, I pray that the matter be posted after 2 weeks, your Lordship.
You are for?
Respondent 2 and 4, your Lordship.
On the prayer of Mr. M. Solo, the learned counsel for the respondent number 2 and 4, list the case after 2 weeks. Okay.
Lordship, I also like to mention item number 58, your Lordship.
50,
58, your Lordship.
58.
Lordship. Lordship, I pray that the matter be posted after 2 weeks, your Lordship. I'm appearing for responding, your Lordship.
You are for respondent?
So responding, your Lordship.
Mr. M. Solo,
Lordship.
the learned counsel for the sole respondents, seeks adjournment of the case after 2 weeks. Prayer is allowed, listed accordingly.
Lordship, Marshal.
May I please, your Lordships?
Yes, please, ma'am.
I'd like to mention item number 42, which, 43 with 44.
And on behalf of my senior, Nitya Kosa, she has difficulty in appearing today. So, Lordship, kindly grant.
43 and 44.
Lordship.
43 and 44.
Lordship and the appellant, item number 43. Criminal appellant 6 of 2020 and the appellant.
You are Miss?
Ketty Mary, Lordship.
Okay.
Appearing on behalf of my senior, Nitya Kosa. She has difficulty in appearing today.
MS,
So, Lordship, kindly grant.
MS Senso makes a mention on behalf of MS Nito Koza, the learned counsel for the respondent, in which WCRP 6.
For the petitioner, CRL AJ 4
Oh,
of 2020.
The learned counsel for the appellant in CRL AJ 4/2020. And 6, adjournment of the case for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, prayer is allowed, listed up to 2 weeks.
Please, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Your Lordship, I beg to mention item 57. Your Lordship, if the matter may come up after 2 weeks.
57. You're the counsel for the
sole respondent,
sole respondent. Your good name?
Conley.
On the prayer of Mr. Conley Butcham, the learned counsel for the sole respondent. The matter is listed after
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yes.
Much obliged. Please, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Your Lordship, I beg to mention item 37. On behalf of my senior, Mr. Gauhati, he's out of station, so I pray that 2 weeks may be given to us.
Mr. Yamawati is the counsel for the respondent.
Union of India.
MS Senso makes a mention on behalf of Mr. Yamawati, the learned CGC, and 6, adjournment of the case for 2 weeks. Prayer is allowed, listed up to 2 weeks. Okay.
Obliged.
Pledge, Lordship.
For motion, item number 1.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Sethi.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Please, your Lordships.
Yes.
This appeal has been filed on a reference from the State Legal Services Authority, Lordships.
Okay.
Before coming to the main prayer in the appeal, I have so many prayers to make, Lordships.
Yes.
First prayer is condonation application has not been combined the main appeal. So I may be allowed to file the condonation application. There is about more than 600 days, but then in the earlier proceeding, this is the second appeal. First appeal has been withdrawn with liberty to file afresh.
Correct.
And in that case, the condonation has been allowed in view of the COVID and all this. And then, but subsequent appeal has not been combined by a condonation application. So my first prayer is to allow me to file a condonation application or in filing the present appeal.
Okay, we will hear this appeal only after you file your condonation.
Lordship. So I am allowed to file a condonation application.
Whether any order is necessary.
Without any order also that can be filed. And since the matter is already listed before the honorable court.
No, we cannot pass that order in this appeal.
Yes, that is true. Lord.
So, Mr. City,
Lordship,
I think you can file your condonation.
Lordship,
Only after that we will take up this.
Lordship,
Okay? But we will not pass any order because we
Lordship.
cannot
Lordship.
in this appeal.
But there is one thing to be passed in this appeal, Lordship. There is some typographical errors in two places. Instead of 376 in one of the paragraphs, it is mentioned as 356.
But that will come afterwards. That will come afterwards, after your condonation only.
Lordship.
Okay? Okay.
For motion, item number 2.
That is the Lordship.
Yes.
Lordship, by order dated 17/8/2023, Lordship, the Honorable Court has directed the state respondent to come up with a latest update of the accused who has been admitted in the district hospital, Dimapur, Lordship.
Yes, update report on the medical condition of the petitioner.
Lordship.
Yes, so
On behalf of
where's,
the instruction, Lordship.
let's.
As per the instruction, operation has been done.
Second judgment.
Can you read some of the words in the medical certificate? I am not getting a blood sugar, uncontrolled blood sugar, and the last fourth line also.
Lordship, it will be SIPA medical, SIPA cis. Medical term, Lordship. So,
A medical term, but there is some overwriting. Huh?
Lordship. SIPA cis, Lordship. It's there in the carbon letter, Lordship. The forwarding letter. The last two paragraphs. Starting from, it is also to state.
Yes,
Yes, Lordship.
the medical reports are here.
Yes, Lordship. Lordship, the present appeal is also filed through the High Court Legal Services upgrade.
That's okay.
Yes, Lordship. Lordship, by submission is considering the health condition of the present company, the present appellant, should be allowed to go in the pending the appeal.
The seriousness of the offense.
Seriousness of the offense is Lordship. And Lordship, the present appeal, the present petition has been filed under section 389.
Yes.
Discretion is with this honorable court.
Discretion has to be exercised
Yes, Lordship.
as per the case.
But Lordship, considering the health condition of the
Okay, me and my brother will apply our mind and then we'll pass the order.
Okay.
Yes.
For admission, item numbers 3 to 36.
Yes, Mr. Insom.
Worship, as per the query of the court, actually, on 21/6/2023, there was a query from the court with regard to
On?
post creation, 21/6/23,
21/6. This is regarding the hospital,
Medical College.
medical college.
Yes, Worship. The post has been created, Worship, and recruitment has been done. Some posts are yet to be recruited, Worship. It's
By which order? The file has become so bulky that
21/6/2023, Worship.
21/6,
2023.
21/6, 2020.
Worship, as per the order,
Yes, well, let us also see the order. Let 21/6. Where are the others? No, this is 21/6/2023. It's not here. You keep the orders in a different file. Oh, yes.
Doctor, though the mention has been made with regard to creation of 342 posts, Doctor,
Correct.
the actual requirement is 326,
Okay.
and that has been approved by the governing council.
That has been approved.
Yes. And Begun Lordship, as far as the teaching faculty is concerned, for the first year requirement, we have got the teaching faculty. And the Minister's Staff Lordship, the recruitment is on the process. I would like to place-
326.
Yes, 326.
Yes, madam. What is left?
Your Lordship, I was, we were just waiting for the approval of this creation of 342 posts, Your Lordship.
Okay, so they said 326.
Lordship, yes. Lordship, mechanic, the first, this is the meeting minus Lordship, the second page. The second page, Lordship, agenda number 4. Agenda number 4, Lordship. Human resources approved, Lordship. Lordship has found.
Yes.
So the total requirement is 326.
Okay.
Faculty, serial number 1, faculty and senior resident, tutors.
Agreed to approve the creation of 326 posts. And this 326 includes which posts?
Lordship, that's why the category. So serial number 1, Lordship, faculty, this is teaching faculty, senior resident, tutors, 42 posts. For the first year. This is a requirement as per the LOP.
Where?
The second page, Lordship, second page, last. Human resource.
Faculty, okay.
Serial number 1, Lordship has found.
Yes.
Faculty and senior resident, tutors, 42 numbers.
Now, ma'am, what was actually, why was the petition filed at the first instance? Why was the petition filed? Let us go back to the genesis.
If I may,
Yes, please, yes, please.
Lordship, what has happened is a bunch of 33 PIs were filed with regard to infrastructure, HR, the non-availability of medicine, the allegation in the PIL, Lordship. When the matter was taken up on 19th of April 2019, our Honorable Chief Justice was in Kohima, he was
Correct.
handling the case, Lordship. And the reason given by the Honorable Chief Justice was that it's because we don't have a medical college. We are running short of manpower. So the court inquired about whether we have medical college. So we informed the court it's in the process. The medical college construction is going on. During that time, Lordship, the Honorable Chief Justice said, unless the High Court intervene and supervise the ongoing project, this is Nagaland Medical College, things will not move. So the Honorable CJ has directed that the matter will be taken up sumoto, the whole SPI. I think number 36. Because the main issue, the core issue was not having a medical college. That was the reason, Lordship. In fact, the PIL from 3 to 36 is pertaining to health units in different villages.
Okay.
But since the Honorable Chief Justice has already observed that the main issue involved is that we don't have a medical college. Once we have a medical college, this units will improve because there will be more manpower, more development will be there. That was the core issue involved. That's how the division bench has taken over the construction of the medical college, Sumoto.
Yes. So the medical college is established?
Established, admission is going on, Lordship, first batch.
Yes, ma'am. What remains, that's why? What remains?
Your Lordship, if this matter can be fixed after a week or so,
Okay, okay.
then my senior can come and up.
Yes, Mr. Incham,
Lordship,
kindly assist this court
Lordship,
by filing an affidavit
Lordship.
on the stating the establishment of the medical college,
Exactly, Lordship.
stating that the medical college is now running on full swing and all this.
Yes, Lordship.
Then you kindly file that affidavit
Definitely,
next week.
Definitely, Lordship.
We will actually let this come up next week, but I think if there is nothing more to be praised,
Yes, Your Lordship,
don't keep the petitions pending.
the last time we had inspection, there were certain buildings which were under construction and then.
No, let us not go to all those nitty-gritty things. The medical college has started, they are advertising the post and all
Yes,
this.
Your Lordship.
You cannot pick up everything, dig out everything, see.
Yes.
It's not advisable.
Without the building, the college will not commence.
Yes.
And the class is starting by September, first week.
So you mention all those in your affidavit?
Lordship, definitely.
On the basis of that, let's see. Okay?
Yes, Lordship.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Yes, yes. Okay, ma'am. Let us do that.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Lordship,
Yes, yes.
Order 21/6/23, I was instructed to give a progress report. Your Lordship here, now everything is done by the NIMSA, that is a competent council. Approval of the homes and recruitment, everything is done.
And Mr. N. Muzu is representing.
Yes,
Ah,
so this will be reflected in the order. Because I was instructed to submit a report, but it is done by the.
by which order?
Same order
21/6/23.
21/6/23.
The full autonomy has been given to the NIMSA now, Nagaland Institute of Medical Science and Research. Lordship.
Okay. You are the standing counsel?
No, Lordship,
Engaged counsel?
engaged council, Lordship.
Mr. N. Muzui, the engaged counsel for the
Medical department.
medical department. Shall on the next date. file a detailed affidavit on the status of the medical college. And also on the medical college stop. The affidavit shall also contain the report on the creation of 342 posts, both teaching and non-teaching staff, as ordered by this court on 21/6/2023. Listed on after a week. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
listed on sixth. Well, listed on sixth.
6 or 7.
Listed on 6/9/2023. Please tell your senior to be present
Yes, ma'am.
because we are intending to close this PIL once the affidavit has been filed.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Obliged, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Much obliged.
Observing item number 86.
Yes. Yes, continue.
Before going into the background facts, Your Lordship, I would like to take a road trip to the service rules studies under challenge.
Kindly, before going into that, give us the gist of your case. What is the gist?
Your Lordship, the gist is that the present department, that is the Department of Directorate of Employment, Skills Development and Entrepreneurship, Nagaland, is comprised of two wings. Two wings. One is the employment wing and the other is the
Yes.
skill development wing, craftsman training wing.
Yes, continue.
Now, the two wings were under different departments and subsequently in 1970,
Craftsman wing and
craftsman, employment wing and craftsman training wing. Craftsman training wing. In 1986, the two wings.
you're from which wing?
I am from the craftsman training wing, Your Honor.
Yes, please.
In 1986, the two wings were amalgamated. 1986. And
Yes. Into which department?
the department is named as Directorate of Employment Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Nagaland.
Kindly repeat Directorate of?
Directorate of
Yes, wait.
Employment,
Directorate of
Employment, Skill Development,
Employment,
and Entrepreneurship.
Development and Entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Yes, as per the service rules, you are entitled to promotion up to, as per the service rules.
As per the service rules, I am
Which year service rule?
1986.
Okay,
1998.
1998 service rule.
1998 rules.
Service rules, okay.
1998.
You are entitled to promotion. Craftsman Training Wing, correct?
Yes, yes.
Entitled to promotion.
Up to Joint Director. But
Just wait. Let us first get the gist.
yes, Your Lordship.
Craftsman Training Wing. Promotion only up to Joint Director.
Only up to Joint Director.
Only up to Joint Director. Where is the employment wing?
Up to Director.
This is two. So this is where your grievances lies.
Yes. Now, Your Lordship, surprisingly, there is, as per the service rules, there is no post of Joint Director as per the schedule. There is no post of Joint Director available for even for the Craftsman Training Wing. Though the rule clearly says that it is shown up to Joint Director, yet the schedule, under the schedule, there is no post of Joint Director.
Then how do you derive that? Then how do you derive the fact that your promotion is up to the post of Joint Director?
Your Lordship will see from the rules itself. The rule itself is the way it is framed.
Okay.
From there, everything will come.
Rule says up to Joint Director, but the schedule does not provide.
Yes. That is how. And even the distribution of posts between the two wings are disproportionate, Your Lordship. Starting from the post of Deputy Director upward. That is my grievance. There are 4 posts of Deputy Director. For employment wing, only 1 post of Deputy Director for the Craftsman Training Wing.
Yes.
Again, they have deforced the rules. They have created 1 post of additional director by promotion of one of the joint directors of the employment wing, a new post of deputy director was created, which is not reflected in the service rules. Though it is not there in the service rule, the additional director is also there, the post of.
Was it created by a notification?
Yes, Your Lordship.
Okay.
So now, if Your Lordship may allow me to take.
Yes, now we will allow you.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Page 63, Your Lordship, this is the,
Of your?
of my petition, Your Lordship. This is the impugned service rules. Nagaland Employment and Craftsman Training Service and Nagaland Subordinate Employment and Craftsman Training Service Rules 1998, as amended. I would like to take your lordships to page 66, Rule 3. Rule 3, your lordship, page 66.
Page 66.
Yes. Constitution of service, your lordship. The service shall consist of the following wing, headed by director, and under the wing of the following categories of posts shall be consistent. So at the top is a director, class 1 selection grade. Now on the left, A, employment wing. On the right, B, craftsman training wing. So under the employment wing, 1, Nagaland Employment Service Class 1, and A is senior grade 1, that is joint director. B, senior grade 2, deputy director, regional employment officer. C, junior grade, assistant director, district employment officer. Number 2, Nagaland Employment Service Class 2, employment officer. And 3, Nagaland Subordinate Employment Service Class 3, non-gazetted technical assistant. Now, there are 2 entry points here, Your Lordship. One entry point is the third one, under Roman 3, Nagaland Subordinate Employment Service. And gazetted class will be, the entry point for the gazetted class is the second one, the Roman 2, Nagaland Employment Services Class 2, A, employment officer. At the rank of employment officer, exams are conducted by the NPSC. Selection is made.
Which rule says that this will be the entry point?
Your Lordship, and the schedules will show it, Your Lordship. So before going to the schedule, Your Lordship, I would like to take Your Lordship to the craftsman training wing.
Craftsman training wing, yes.
Yes. So Nagaland Craftsman Training Service Class 1. A, senior grade 1, joint director. B, senior grade 2, deputy director, principal, senior grade. And C, junior grade, assistant director, principal. Then number 2, this is the entry point. Nagaland Craftsman Training Services Class 2, vice principal. So that the equivalent posts are clearly laid out. Employment officer and vice principal. They are of the same rank, class. The third one, the Roman 3, this is the second entry point. That is a Nagaland Craftsman Training Subordinate Service Class 3 non-gazetted. So it starts from the entry point starts at trade instructor, Your Lordship, and then after 2 promotions, that is B and C, B and A, they may be promoted, they may get further promotions. In the case of employment wing,
Now, craftsman training wing, the entry point is?
trade instructor, it will enter at trade instructor, and then there are 2 posts. to which they may be promoted, after which only they may get a higher promotion.
So all this A, B, C, D
Yes.
are hierarchy of posts from 3C.
Yes, from three.
3C is entry point.
Yes.
So promotion, it goes up to.
Yes.
Serial one.
May or may not go.
May or may not go, but actually there is a procedure
that
for promotion.
That is the hierarchy.
So person who is appointed to trade instructor,
Yes, he is equivalent to the technical assistant of the.
if he is promoted and if he is a chance, he can be promoted up to joint director.
Your Lordship, so far as the rules, the
Trade instructor is the only entry point.
Yes, the layout is concerned, yes.
Trade instructor is the only entry point for craftsman
yes.
training wing.
For craftsman training wing, trade instructor is for the class 3 category. That is the first entry, that is one entry point. Then 2, Nagaland Craftsman Training Service, class 2 vice principal. This is also entry point. This is the class 2 entry point, yes. Class 2 entry point. Similar to 2 of the Nagaland Employment Services, that is employment officer. They are of the equivalent rank, Your Lordship.
So this Nagaland Craftsman Training Service class 2.
Yes.
This is also an entry point.
This is also an entry point. And
from a promotion from this
is to
junior grade, senior grade 2,
yeah,
senior grade 1.
Yes.
Is it like that?
Yes, Your Lordship. It goes up from the post of vice principal to junior grade assistant director / principal. Then above that is the deputy director, principal, senior grade, and then above that joint director. It goes up. So the rule 3 is very clear. All the equivalent posts have been laid down.
Then this director is for?
Director, there is no mention, it is only selection grade. So now,
but
how this promotion is to go up is in the schedules. It's in the schedules.
Okay.
Which I am challenging, Your Lordship. I am aggrieved by the distribution of posts and the promotions that are being, promotional avenues that are provided under the schedules, Your Lordship. So the 2 wings have been brought together under one umbrella and the equivalent posts have been laid down. They have been, that is the position. So far as this rule 3 is concerned, I have no grievance. It is very clear. Now the problem starts only in the schedule.
The way you have no grievance, rule 3?
Because everything is equally laid down, the equivalent posts in both the wings have been clearly laid down here under the rule 3.
So under this rule 3?
Under this rule 3, yes.
Under this rule 3?
Yes.
Your wing can even go up to director?
No. There is no such thing stated here. At the top is a selection grade director. There is no mention that it is only the employment wing or the craftsman training wing who can be promoted here. It's a general category. Director is.
So just clarify.
Yes.
You will be satisfied if your promotion is up to joint director?
No.
That's why you are saying you have no grievances to rule 3.
Because, Your Lordship, as per rule 3, as per my submission, as it is plainly to be seen, from the 2 wings, it is clearly shown from the chart itself. From the 2 wings, the director selection can be made.
That is why I was asking you on that.
Yes. As per this. Either of the 2 wings have opportunity, both the two wings have equal opportunity to reach the post of director as per these rules.
Okay,
Your Lordship, now,
yes.
I would like to take your Lordships to the schedules, which is under challenge. Your
Which is the
Lordship.
page?
Page 75. Lordship, 1 minute. Page 75, Schedule 1A.
Just wait. Schedule 1A, na?
Yes, Your Lordship.
Okay.
I am
Yes.
aggrieved, this schedule, I am aggrieved by the distribution of posts, the number of posts that are being, the created number of posts in the employment wing, Your Lordship. This is to do with an employment wing, employment service.
Ah.
So A is, number 1 is director.
Correct.
Director, then the P, senior grade 1, joint director. There is 1 post. One temporary, under temporary post, one post is there, Your Lordship. No permanent.
Just wait.
Yes.
Number of permanent posts, 1. Number of temporary, number of posts is on 1,198 permanent. Joint director, no.
No, only 1 temporary post is there. Your
One
Lordship.
temporary post.
Yes. And then in deputy director,
Yes.
senior grade 2, so 3 and 4 falls under deputy director, Your Lordship, 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
Yes, deputy director and regional employment officer are of the same grade. They fall under senior grade 2. So here,
Senior grade 2. Okay.
grade 2, here, 1 post in respect of deputy director, and then 2 temporary posts.
Okay.
1 permanent post and 2 temporary posts. So altogether it's 3. Now, regional employment officer, there is 1 permanent post, so no temporary post. So altogether there are 4 posts of deputy director, equivalent posts altogether. 4 posts are there.
Senior grade 2. Senior grade 2, correct?
Yes, senior grade 2.
Okay.
Under junior grade, that is D, Your Lordship. Junior grade, this is assistant director. So no permanent post, 2 temporary posts. So altogether there are 2 posts of assistant director. So my grievance starts from the post of assistant director, Your Lordship, up to district employment officer and equivalent posts under the training wing. There is no problem. Number of posts are more or less same, Your Lordship.
Up to?
Up to the employment officer, the district employment officer rank. The equivalent of the district employment officer rank, there is no issue, Your Lordship. As Your Lordship will see in the next Schedule 1P.
I didn't get you.
Your Lordship, district employment officer and vice principal, they are of similar rank, Your Lordship.
How do we know?
Under Rule 3, Your Lordship. Under Rule 3, they are equivalent posts, Your Lordship. Equivalent grade, Your Lordship. Oh, no. Class 1G, I am sorry, it is principal, I'm sorry, principal. The employment officer and vice principal are of equivalent rank, and the principal and district employment officer are equivalent posts.
So what is your grievance?
No, I am aggrieved by the number of posts that has been assigned in the deputy director and the regional employment officer. And
Deputy director, as per craftsman,
as for craftsman, there is 1 deputy director. No number of posts is no permanent post is
temporary 1. Principal senior grade 1.
Yes.
Then junior grade principal,
Principal senior grade 1. Now even this vacancy has been taken away, Your Lordship. It no longer exists. Though it is there on paper, no one is being promoted to this grade. It has been taken away and placed somewhere. We have no idea, Your Lordship. But whatever it is shown reflected in the deputy director's grade. There are 2 posts, whereas under the employment wing there are four posts assigned. And if Your Lordship will see, there is no mention of joint director here, Your Lordship, under Schedule 1B. There is no post at all of joint director for the craftsman training wing. It's completely missing.
just tell us precisely what is your grievance? Number of posts, what number of posts?
Your Lordship, before coming to that, I'll take Your Lordship to that. Here under the 2 wings, Your Lordship, there should be, my grievance is that there should be equivalent number of posts of joint director. If there are 2 posts of joint director under the employment wing, there should also be 2 joint directors under the
Not necessary,
craftsman training wing. Your Lordship, about the discrimination issue, I'll come to later on. I'll take Your Lordship through all the facts. But what I am aggrieved with, Your Lordship, is that under the employment wing, there are 4 posts of deputy director. There is 1 post of joint director. Under the craftsman training wing, there is no post of joint director. available, and there are only 2 posts of deputy directors made available. That is my grievance.
Yes.
So now, Your Lordship, Schedule 2A. Next page, Your Lordship. Employment wing. Here, director, the post of director, this is by way of promotion, the eligibility and other conditions for promotion. This is what I'm aggrieved with. If I may read, Your Lordship, the post shall be filled by selection from amongst confirmed officers mentioned under Rule 3A1A. That means only those from the employment wing, Your Lordship. Rule 3A1 is the joint director of the employment wing. Provided that the officer has completed qualifying and continuous service of 3 years in that grade on the first day service of the year on merit cum seniority basis. So I am aggrieved by this provision, Your Lordship, under Schedule 2A. Now, Your Lordship, Schedule 2B, 79, page 79. Here, although under Schedule 1B, no post of joint director is shown, here it is shown, joint director. The post shall be filled by selection from amongst confirmed officers as mentioned under Rule 3B1B, provided that the officer has completed qualifying and continuous service of 3 years in that grade on the first day of the year on merit cum seniority basis. Clear discrepancies and anomalies, Your Lordship.
So if the officers from the training wing,
Yes.
they are eligible to be promoted from deputy director, then they will have to be promoted to joint director.
That is what, Your Lordship. However, because of this, Schedule 1B, there is no created post of joint director for the craftsman training.
Okay, Schedule 1B, nowhere mentions the post of joint director.
Joint director, yes.
But Schedule 2B mentions the
Mentions-
post of joint director.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Okay.
And taking advantage of this, all these years, only those from the employment wing have been enjoying.
But there was also a promotion from your wing to the post of,
In one instance, the first petitioner, he has taken voluntary retirement and now,
so if you are eligible, if the officers from your wing,
yes.
they are eligible, the government will certainly promote them also, because actually there is a precedent.
Yes, Your Lordship, but in the absence of clearly laid down provisions under the service rules, we may never get it. This is the position, Your Lordship. The service rules has to incorporate all this. Otherwise, we have been denied promotions for so many years, basing on these provisions, Your Lordship. And now that the former joint, who somehow reached the post of joint director, he has retired. Now, since the service rules does not show that there is any post available for the joint director available for the craftsman training wing,
Whether
they will not get it.
at present,
Yes.
anyone from your wing is eligible.
Yes, there is a deputy director.
He is
There is one
qualified.
deputy director, yes, he is eligible. He is eligible. But because of these service rules, he may never get a promotion. Because there is, as per this, there is no post of joint director for the craftsman training.
The post